Hello everyone, my name is Gnanaraj. I'm a certified nutritionist, fitness consultant, and a wellness coach working for last 19 years. With my experience, I would like to present you one of the wonderful videos on sugar story of sugars, starches, and diabesity. Okay, so now this is very interesting video. This will take some 45 minutes, so just have a look. And before that, let me explain about myself. I was a former district registrar, Group 1 officer, worked under government of Andhra Pradesh for 10 years. And in 5 years, I worked in another public sector. So I have 15 years experience in government public sector, 3 years experience in CGG, Center for Good Governance. I'm a nutritionist, fitness consultant, personal wellness coach working for last 19 years. I did Masters of Science in Zoology, certified nutrition fitness consultant, certified sports nutrition consultant, certified exercise science specialist, triathlete, marathon runner, and cyclist, CPR AID certified Zumba Strong by Zumba instructor. So to reach out to me, you can also, come in, look at my Instagram and Facebook handles with Coach Gnanaraju, and in YouTube channel Gnanaraju. So what are carbohydrates? Carbohydrates, that apple picture is shown. That means apple also comes under carbohydrates, not protein. Many people think apple is protein. It's not protein, it's carbohydrates. You can see broccoli, most of the vegetables and leafy vegetables, they all comes under carbohydrates only. They are basically gives energy. Central source of energy. Food is a key form of energy. 1 gram of sugar, carbohydrates, is called 4 calories. 100 grams of sugar is called 400 calories. There are two kinds of carbohydrates. One is good carbs and this is bad carbs. It's not just only saying good and bad, because they have their own biochemistry. And simple, let me explain a little more detail. In simple carbohydrates are considered generally as bad carbohydrates, whereas complex carbohydrates considered as good carbohydrates. Why? Fiber is there, and it takes time for the blood to get absorb this sugar. So in simple, there are two kinds: monosaccharides and disaccharides. Example: glucose, fructose, galactose, maltose, and lactose, and sucrose. So complex carbohydrates, polysaccharides, consisting of starches, fibers, and glycogen. So now if you see this, fibers, oat fiber, oats also comes under complex carbohydrates. It's a carbohydrate, sugar, not a protein. Okay. If you see this picture, very nice picture, and left side and right side. Right side is all bakery and the sweets and sugars, all they are simple sugars. Left side all vegetables and fruits and all, they comes under complex carbohydrates. They're good sugars. Left side are good sugars. So brinjal and all vegetable, lady's finger, all comes under carbohydrates only, not protein. Okay, so banana per se is good. Comparing with biscuit, comparing with jalebi, comparing with gulab jamun, comparing with so all these kind of things. So that's the reason complex carbohydrates are also sugars. Simple sugars, simple carbohydrates also sugars. Both are dangerous. But among these complex carbohydrates called best. Why? Because they have vitamins, minerals, water, fiber, antioxidants, phytonutrients. Whereas in simple sugars, there is nothing, only sugar. The sugar is not helpful for any building of the body or the tissues or the muscle or the hair or blood, nothing. Only gives energy. Okay, so which we don't require so much because of our sedentary lifestyle. So complex carbohydrates is steady source of energy. Why? Because the fiber is there. It will not give suddenly. The spikes of insulin will not come. It will go step by step. So the best example: brown rice and brown pasta, seeds like quinoa, fruits and vegetables, and they're with the skin, and whole grains like oats, barley, and wheat. They all comes under complex carbohydrates. Very good, including you can see this, these all comes under carbohydrates only: beetroot and carrots and all. So why carbohydrates? Like a fuel tank, it gives energy. Where are carbohydrates? As I said, all cereals, jawar, bajra, sorghum, everything comes under sugar only: rice, wheat. And from the wheat, if you can process it, it comes under refined flour. That's called Maida, which is more dangerous. Maida roti, Rumali roti, they are very dangerous. They stick into the gut. So that's where the constipation and a lot of complicated things will come. So don't depend on any kind of Maida based items. They are very, very dangerous. Samosa, and puri, pani puri, and all this kind, gulab jam. Most of the sweets, most of the bakery items comes under this. So sweet shop, bakery shop, and ice cream shop. These three you have to avoid because they don't have proper fiber most of the time, right? Maida barfi and breads and murukku. Most of the things are made up of gulab jamun, maida appam. All this comes under Maida, Mysore bonda or Mysore bhaji. Most of the cookies, biscuits, noodles, Maida chapati. All this comes under breads. All comes under, even all this kind. You can look at the breads and rotis and parotas comes under Maida. So be careful about what you eat. Comes under sugar. Ultimately, they go when they broken down in the blood, they form into glucose. So when we don't go for colas also, we don't want those kind of sugars, and don't depend on. You can see this in the dusk. Many people hide and eat it. They're tasty, sweet, but they become addicted to that. Yogurts like a curd added with sugar. No, don't want. Take curd if in case you want, not the yogurts. And don't go for ketchup sauces. Children they like it because they add lot of sugars. And chocolates, biscuits, cut down as much you can. The name junk food itself, in fact, junk means useless, waste. Should not go for unnecessary things. These are colorful, attract the children. Children like colors. So parents should learn how to attract the similar colors with the right fruits and vegetables. So they are looks very attractive, but one the moment that they looks very friendly, but the moment it goes into the mouth, they are very poison. They causes poison. So there are from friends are there. Friends look sweet, but their heart, some of the friends are sweet, but their heart is poison. Same thing with these sweets, they look very tasty, yummy, but inside they become dangerous, poison. So including cookies. Some people say I don't eat junk food, but inside home food also junk, no? So be careful about cookies, what the kind of sweets, kind of the foods you eat. The breads mostly sugars, carbohydrates. Idli, white idli, white, nothing but white rice, as good as eating white rice. It's also sugar, high carbohydrates. So instead add protein powder in that. See, in other words, food is becoming like a poison. So the for children also we give the same, like a breakfast, bread and jam, cornflakes. They are also sugar, upma. The moment you can see the brown color of dosa, then you have to immediately understand it's a sugar. Why? If it is a protein, then it will be white in color. This are mostly sugar, white. When it is burnt, the carbohydrates will convert into brown color. So if you see this all white rice and most of the vegetables also comes under sugar. So what are you eating? Most 80-90% only sugar is being eaten. There is not enough protein, not enough good fat, not enough vitamins and minerals. When you cook it, vitamins get denatured, it. So festival foods, like our ancestors' food, same way we continue to eat the same old ancestral festival foods. We have to redesign. They design for themselves. We have to redesign for our livelihood, which is lighter on the stomach, low in calories, full of nutrition. So now the biryani rice. Rice also comes under sugar, So eat that chicken in case you like it. Vegetable fried rice, vegetable biryani rice, all mostly sugar only. Because vegetables also mostly sugar only. And instead of curd rice, go for only curd, remove that rice. And fried rice, mostly, rotis, all that sugars only. The sweets, Diwali time, lot of people eat. As it is daily, we are eating sugars. Additional sweets also, gulab jamun, rasgulla, kaju, katli, jalebi, motichur laddu. Sugar, sugar, sugar. Plus high in calories. So it looks, I think you are getting already angry over me. All the time I'm only talking bad about, So, so don't depend on this. So treat your body like a temple. This is my point. Don't treat like a dustbin. So they are sweet, the ice creams. I know many people love it, but ultimately unnecessarily causes you trouble. So they causes heart attack, BP, and put you on weight. Desserts they gain weight. So they looks very yummy, tasty, but they're not good. Creams and all. Beware of ice creams. It's sugar, frozen fats, and hundreds of empty calories. And vada pav. Maharashtrians they like it, mostly sugar. And samosas. Samosa, the maida, and inside potato, all sugars. So nutrition, look for a nutrition density rather than calorie density. Unnecessarily coming, see, look at 140 calories. Both are same 140 calories. Instead of 15 jelly beans, same 140 calories. but you can get it 1 cup of pineapple, half cup of blueberries, 2 tablespoons pomegranate seeds, which is healthy. Left side wala healthy. So this is what scientists say. In our meal, it's supposed to be balanced meal. The calories from the carbohydrate should not cross more than 40%. And that also should be for the fiber. Fiber should be at least 25 to 30 grams minimum. And in the out of calories, 30% of calories should come from the protein. 30% of the calories should come from the good fat. Less saturated fat, mostly omega-3 fats and exercise and all that. But how many are really following this chart? You tell me. Very difficult. Many people, they don't understand only this jargon. And even if you understand also practically, you cannot measure and take it every day in terms of calories and how much is really percentage going. So that's the reason why it's not practical. So noodles, many people like it. Noodles is not balanced nutrition because the noodles don't have protein. Noodles are, maybe low in calories, but not balanced nutrition. See, quinoa, buckwheat, wild rice, pearl barley, millets, they are literally good because they comes under complex carbohydrates, whole grains. They are good. So instead of going for simple sugars, switch, go for a complex carbohydrates. But there's a catch. Up to 40% of calories only should come from them. Okay, either curries or grains, anything. But whenever you take these whole grains like millet, buckwheat, amaranth, quinoa, black, white, red, and brown rice, teff, etc., you should go for a whole grain, including the husk, the top layer. It should not be refined, right? Some people think mistaken that millets are protein. Just see the ratio. Almost all the millets, this is in terms of protein. They are not protein. Only 10 grams of out of 100 grams is protein. And if you see 66-70% is mostly sugars, carbohydrates. And calories wise as good as carbohydrates, 300 to 400 calories. So that means what? Millets are little okay compared with white rice, and this is okay. Maida, this is okay, but basically they also comes under sugars. But the way you cook it, like millet, vada, mix in oil and roast them, then deep fry them, then it will be again problem depending on the cooking style. So there is actually one, demonstration given to an office about the, nutritional content and the sugar content for a particular kind of food substances by the nutritionist. And their employees are asked to find out how many sugar cubes of equivalent of, sugar will be there in that particular bagel or chocolate muffin. And you can see this 11 sugar cubes are there in one bagel, and 10 sugar cubes are equivalent of sugar is there in one chocolate muffin. Same way with little rice, you can see white rice, 20 sugar cubes of sugar is there in that white rice, 20 sugar cubes in that small bowl. And looks very deceiving. Strawberries, there looks so many strawberries are there, but only 4 sugar cubes are there. Equivalent of sugar is there in that strawberries. So in jack potato or sweet potato, 19 sugar cubes are there. That means what? They looks tasty. Strawberries looks sweeter, but they only less sugar is there. 4 only sugar cubes are there. That means some are looks can be deceiving. Taste sweet, need not have much sugar inside. You have to understand this. So maybe like watermelon has a lot of sweetness, but it is not high in sugar. Glycemic index may be higher for watermelon, but glycemic load is smaller because of high fiber, high water in content inside of that. And when you go to movie theater, usually people buy this, popcorn, air popcorn, caramelized, chocolate drizzle and cheddar, birthday cake, and different kind of items are there. The caramelized means sugar is burnt and applied on it. So that's why the popcorn itself is carbohydrates, sugar. Over top of it, caramelized. See, chocolate, air pop, mostly sugar. So be careful about it. Sabudana, vada, sabudana is also sugar. So many people, when they want to lose weight, they go for sabudana. It's also sugar. Our genetic code evolved at a time when we were eating 20 teaspoons of sugar a year. 20 teaspoons of sugar a year. That means our insulin response can handle vastly lower levels of sugar than the 152 pounds of sugar and 146 pounds of flour, which converts to sugar. We eat on an average every year. So those years, 20 teaspoons of sugar were per year used to be consumption. Now 152 pounds of sugar and 146 points of flour. Both are sugars, So much insulin, our body is not able to handle. So that's why we are becoming like diabetic. Out of two, three people, one person is diabetic. So be smart to drink water rather than these colas. And nowadays, the super sizing of foods also coming up. The size of biryani, size of burgers and pizza, size of colas also increasing. Now there is a sugar crush is happening. Crush, you have a crush over the sugar, and because this happens because of cocaine is equivalent to cocaine, like addiction, sugar addiction. People say, I rather die, but I cannot cut down my sweets. I rather die, but I cannot stop eating rice. I rather die, but I cannot stop eating my rotis. So that means that kind of addiction is there in the brain. It's equivalent to cocaine. It's not just equivalent. As per nutritionists like Dr. Mark Hyman, sugar is 8 times as addictive as cocaine. 8 times. So you can understand 8 times as addictive than cocaine. Now, when you eat sugar, naturally blood sugar level goes up and insulin level make the sugar level to come, bring it down. And again, you feel hungry, low in energy. Again, you eat it. When you eat again, it will become sugar, and insulin response will be. So it's like a vicious cycle, and that is one of the reasons why many diabetic people keep on eating, because the satiety will not be there because of insulin response. Michael Moss, he studied and the junk foods, and he said that there are four items that makes them people eat. So most of junk foods have the salt, sugar, fats, and carbohydrates. So salt, sugar, fats, the chemical. They add Ajinomoto and all that. So the sugar is one of the culprit for particular children. They get addicted to it. They get tempted over it. So they look at television sets and they'll be attracted to that advertisement. They go around the supermarket, they'll buy it. And that is one of the reasons why children also putting on weight. And see, in olden days, they used to do a lot of manual work. And now, where is the manual work? You tell me. The washing machine, cell phone, mixies, gas stoves, and cell phone, everything. Dishwashers are nowadays recent phenomena. You cannot do any much work. No sweat is going out. Those years, hard work is there. Those normal food. But now you are sitting. This is smart work. Then you have to. How can you eat the same old so-called normal food? So the lifestyle habits have to be changed. Those habits were different. Now lifestyle is so totally changed. So now our lifestyle is like the sedentary lifestyle, mostly sitting, hours together sitting, and no time in front of the system only we keep on eating. So there's a paradigm shift happened when you do the 5G technology, like 5G phone you are using, but your food cannot be 1G, food should be 5G, 5 generations, right? Change. So now over top of it is our a busy lifestyle. We don't have time. So many food apps came. Everything. Overnight. Just to order and it will come to your home. It's so simple, so easy. So now you tell me, our lifestyle became busy lifestyle, and we don't have time. And now why not you take a simple, like 5G food instead of depending on 1G food. So now the kind of exercise you require for burning this so much of calories, what is going inside is tremendous. You cannot understand. One milkshake is 780 calories. You require 72 minutes of skipping. Once two slices of pizza, goes to 626 calories. You require 115 minutes of climbing stairs. So you might not be knowing that, it's people think, that only non-veg makes you fat. Don't eat non-veg. It's not just non-veg. It is actually sugar also. Like even if you eat idli, excess idli also, that idli also make you fat. Do you know that? Even roti, you require say one roti or two rotis. Suppose you eat third roti or fourth roti. That roti also, chapati also makes you fat. Do you know that? So many people don't understand that sugar also make you fat. Excess energy, anything, body will convert into fat. Insulin, when sugar goes up, insulin, what is the duty of insulin? To reduce the sugar levels. So that where that all extra energy will go, that energy will convert into fat. Here, thighs, hips, and arms, and everywhere. So that is one of the main reason why obesity happens. When obesity comes again, new kind of problems will come. Like 80% of type 2 diabetes is because of sugar. 70% of heart problems because of sugar. Likewise, our food is also depleted of nutrients, dividing of nutrients. because one part of the reason pesticides much higher than any government standards. That's not my statement. As per agriculture departments, we are overfed but undernourished. We are eating too much of sugar, salt, alcohol, fats, and refined carbohydrates. We are not eating enough of proteins, vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, phytonutrients, and fiber and other things. New research shows bad diets are responsible for more deaths than even smoking. So unhealthy food puts more Indians at risk of diabetes. It's not my thing. A National Institute of Nutrition Study says Indians should cut down on cereals. Okay, like jawar, bajra, rice, and all this wheat. Eat more fruits and vegetables and nuts. That's what the scientists are saying. So diabetes can lead to complications in many parts of the body and increase the risk of dying prematurely. You know this diabetes also one of the responsible things for brain stroke, paralysis we call, blindness, heart attacks, kidney failure, and amputation. Okay, so serious is the problem. Diabetes is three types: type 1, type 2, and gestational diabetes. Type 1 comes by birth, because of lack of gene that is responsible for insulin production. Type 2 diabetes we also call NIDDM, non-insulin dependent diabetes mellitus. So that comes with the age. When you get a diabetes after certain age, that's called type 2 diabetes. Most of the sugar available is outside people are affected is type 2. Most of the people have type 2, remember this. When the sugar comes at the PA, pregnancy level, called gestational diabetes. Remember these points. Around 415 million people worldwide have been diagnosed with diabetes. Diabetes is a disease in which your blood sugar levels are too high. Blood sugar levels why too high? Because your intake of sugar levels are high. And 12 to 14% of pregnant women develop gestational diabetes. Excess weight is the single most important cause of diabetes, excess weight. So you have to reduce the weight, and being overweight increases the chances of developing type 2 diabetes by 7-fold. Now you can understand they are the close friend, jigri dost, obesity and sugar, diabetes. That's why we call like a diabesity. Diabetes and obesity, they are the close friends. That's called diabesity, 7-fold increase, right? A healthy diet can also help in preventing diabetes. So instead of, yes, you require medication, but take care of diet also, diet and exercise and lifestyle habit. That is the main thing. People without understanding this, they only go just take tablet and say, "Mera sugar level normal hai." Normal hai, but you keep on, eating here and there, and again they increase, and that actually causes other problems. So you have to be very careful, strict about your diet. And chromium also helps in glucose absorption in the blood, and there is a lot of vitamins and minerals will be helpful for diabetic person. Syndrome means a lot of not one disease but many diseases will come. Metabolic syndrome means like along with sugar lots of complication of triglycerides and bad cholesterol, LDL levels goes up and HDL levels goes down, and heart problems, all that put together called metabolic syndrome. Insulin resistance, the more even if you give insulin but it not respond, sugar levels will not come down. That's called insulin resistance. Pre-type 2 diabetes and type 2 diabetes, all will be all together. Okay. So now rice triggers polycystic ovary in young women. That's what some other researchers say. So nowadays, a lot of women in there complaining about PCOD. Previously, it was not there. Now everybody is saying PCOD. Insulin, the more sugar they are eating, the key driver for infertility, not able to conceive. I'm not telling that this is a cure, but I'm telling the research says that insulin is one of the main key factors. So how insulin will be affected? Because you eat when excess of sugars. So excess table sugar and high fructose corn syrup consumption is associated with increased blood pressure and uric acid levels, both of which can damage your kidney. So kidney effects also will be there. Uric acid levels also increase, it seems. So now pancreas is the main, called endocrine gland, meaning which produces the hormone, is adjacent to liver. Its pancreas has two main, functions. It has two cells, alpha cells, beta cells. From alpha cells, it produces glucagon hormone, and alpha beta cells produces insulin. Insulin is the key main thing, that actually looks after the sugar level, controls the sugar level. Simple carbohydrates, nothing but sugar, like rice, white rice, nothing but eating sugar only. When you eat sugar, sugar-based breakfast, naturally insulin rises up. Its duty is to try control the sugar. Naturally, again you eat, you feel hungry, and again you eat. So that's what diabetic levels happen. When you skip the breakfast, same thing will happen, little delayed. Instead of going for this, if you go for a balanced protein-based breakfast like Herbalife shakes, these spikes will not come. So the spikes, when they don't come, you are safe. That means the excess fat will not form. So control weight now with the fixing by breakfast. So when you have to really looking for controlling your weight, losing weight, you have to start fixing your breakfast. Breakfast is the main starting point. So don't go for high glycemic index foods, go for low glycemic index foods like, don't go for bread, biscuits and all that. Maybe little oats, but oats also medium. And whole grains are better, like baked beans is better. Our Formula 1 shake is even much, much better. Brown rice is okay. Mashed potatoes are dangerous because they are high in GI. Below 555 index, now 0 to 100 scale, below 55 range products are called low glycemic index, and above 70 called high glycemic, and in between they're called medium glycemic index foods. So if the picture you are seeing, all they are nothing but useless calories. They're empty in nutrition, but useless calories, called empty calories. They are have full of sugar, simple sugars. And if you see this index, some other things are, high in GI, glycemic index, and some are good in glycemic load also. And if you see this, only carrot is interesting case, exception. Glycemic index 101, but don't worry, carrots are good because sweet has sweetness, but load wise glycemic load is very, very less. So you can happily, safely eat carrots and watermelon. Even watermelon also glycemic index is high. Sweetness index is high, but if you eat even entire watermelon also, water and fiber only. So load will be, the sugar load will fall very less. So that's the reason why you have to go for a low glycemic index and low glycemic load products. Our shakes are low in glycemic index, also low in glycemic load. See, this is 15 to 20, low glycemic index. So diabetic people also can use it, right? So now these are the tips for parents, for children wellness. Don't give them simple sugars and refined carbohydrates, less chocolate, less biscuits, breads, cakes. Don't give them puffs, sweets, pastries, bakery items, sweet shop items like ice cream, noodles, pizzas, burgers, etc. Substitute instead with the whole grains like whole breads and millets, etc. And don't give them juices and colas, and give them fruits and salads. Okay, because children like colors. You have to go see that, you arrange with different colors, but only give them complex carbohydrates, which is that also should not cross 40% of the calories, right? And give them more of fiber rich foods like oats, fruits and salads and millets and brown rice, etc. And now I'm coming to the last part, coming to the quiz, right? So can we avoid totally rice or wheat, chapatis, potatoes, parotas, or any simple sugars? Yes, you can avoid it. You need not, you can, instead you can go for complex carbohydrates. So you will not die. Can cane juice and honey is good for health. So can I drink stomach full of daily? No, no, no. Though they are good, but always in moderation. Cane juice high in sugar, honey is high in sugar. Do fruits and vegetables contain hidden sugar? Yes, they have sugar, but they're good. Complex carbohydrates and vitamins, minerals, all good things also there in that. So is eating only vegetables and curry diet good for weight loss? No, because vegetables and curries, they are good at carbohydrates, but no protein, no good fat, no, when you heat them, not enough vitamins. So that's the reason why they are required. Vegetables and curries, you can eat it, but they should not be eaten only them. Where is the protein? Where is the good fat? You require balanced diet, correct? Ragi roti and jaggery is good for health, so I can eat more. No, limit, moderation. Ragi is good. Jaggery is good, but very limited because the sugar. Diabetic people, when they are hungry, which is to be taken as a snack? Biscuits or fruit salads? It's not a biscuits, fruits or salads. Why? When you eat biscuits, again, simple sugar, immediately insulin will rise up, and you try to, immediately make the sugar down and feel the hunger. Again, eating one more biscuit. Instead, if you eat fruits and salads, more of fiber. So the fiber does actually like stabilizing the sugar levels. It will not allow sugar spikes to come. Fiber is good, very friendly for diabetic people. Sugarless sweets are good for health. So can I have sweets when I'm diabetic? No, 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 no. Sweets are dangerous. Even sugarless sweets also have sugar inside. They are hidden sugar. So because most of the sugars are made of starch, there will be direct sugar. table sugar, sucrose, but there will be starch. Starch is also sugar inside. Potato, popcorn, rice, wheat comes under sugars or not? Absolutely, they comes under potato, popcorn, rice, wheat, all comes under sugar only. Okay, so now can we eat, how should we eat? Carrot or carrot halwa? Not halwa. Carrot is good. Some people without knowing, they try to eat a lot of carrot halwa, thinking that same. No, that's not same. Extra sugar is there in that. So which is more healthy? Fruits or fruit juices? You should drink. You should not drink fruit juices. You should eat fruits. Why? Fiber is missing. So unless you don't have the teeth, then go for a fruits only. When you don't have teeth, then last case you make a filter. Mixie, make it and make it in a mixie, but don't filter it. Don't add any additional sugars. And noodles is the best balanced nutrition food? No, no, no. Noodles can never be balanced because they don't have protein and vitamins and minerals. Oat biscuits and sugar-free digestive biscuits are healthy. Is it true or false? False. Because the biscuit, the name itself indicates that it requires Maida, refined flour for binding. Otherwise, that binding will not come. So to make a biscuit, compulsory require Maida or sugar. So don't believe on that sugar-free digestive biscuit, oat biscuits. They are like confusing claim. In the nutrition subject, they call like hollow, health hollows. Hollow means like a claim. Looks like good, but inside some problems. So don't depend on this. Don't believe all that. Wrong claims, right? Will eating rice make you fat? It is not per se eating rice. You can eat still in that moderation limit. But when it exceeds that limit altogether, rice and curries and put together, everything, fruits and vegetables put together, exceed 40% quota, then they make you fat, correct? So then so long as you can make it within limits, fine. But most of the time, we end up in eating more. That's why I said instead of 40%, we end up in the 80-90% of the plate is mostly sugar. That's where as well better to avoid the sugar, white rice, right? Is this true or false? Should I stop eating rice to lose weight? Up to you. As I said earlier, it's up to you to choose the ratios, and you cannot do it, then take help of us, your coaches. So your plate should supposed to be 7 colors, fruits and vegetables and whole grains and eggs and fishes and all the proteins and the curd and all that as per the norms. But in case you don't understand, take help of expert or a coach. Is this true or false? We cannot live without eating rice or roti altogether forever. Yes or no? No. You don't die. You can still survive, right? So you can as well depend on the same sugar instead of a simple sugar, go for a complex sugars, fruits and vegetable. Sugarless sweets are okay to eat when I am diabetic? No. We already said. Which is not sugar? Can you guess? Everything comes under sugar only except the dals and beans. You can see these pulses here, that in between here. So otherwise, mostly they comes under sugar only. Which is the best carbohydrates? Left or right? Left side. They called complex carbohydrates, including banana. They are good. Brinjal, all that, And whereas right side wala, simple sugars, not so good. They are called bad carbohydrates. Is it idli, dosa are the best balanced nutrition food? No, they're not balanced. Their idli dosa comes under white rice only. So sugar only, simple sugars, they're not good at all. So meaning you can eat moderation, but when it exceeds naturally, it will convert it to fat, it. And sugar also. So festival foods, can we eat the same kind of festival foods for your future festivals? No, because our ancestors designed for themselves, not for us. So we have to redesign your own food. And is it sugar-free oatmeal cookies good? No. They said oatmeal. Instead, you can eat direct oatmeal. Why this cookies? To make the cookie, they require sugar. And sometimes they also add butter. So they say sugar-free, but there will be some other butter or something will be there inside. Right? Be careful about calories and read your complete labels. No soda or sweetened beverages. Very important. Don't take sodas or sweetened beverages. No artificial sugars or sugar substitutes. And unless in the good food, no foods that have added sugar. Okay. So how much sugar have you had today? This is an interesting question. How much sugar? Do you have sugar at all? Now you tell me among these both. One cola is there, orange is there. Which is the best? Orange. Why? This orange is good sugar. Though it's tasty, but we call fiber, vitamins, minerals, water, antioxidants, all that will be. So that is why don't go for juice. 60 grams of sugar is there inside, hidden. And one cola, 39 grams of sugar. One banana, 16 grams of sugar, but it's good sugar. But whereas Herbalife shake, 10 grams only, less sugar. So among all this, which is the best? Herbalife shake is the best. And mostly left side, whatever shown are mostly sugars only. But whereas shake is less in sugar, but mostly proteins and vitamins and minerals, other things are there. That is the reason why we got this best breakfast award also. So if you want to have a breakfast, take the shake as the breakfast. We have been taking the shake for the last 19 years. Low glycemic index based. If you're diabetic also, they can take this as shake as a healthy breakfast. And instead of meal, price is the same money but different style. Same 200 rupees, same 200. Whereas here it goes to 1,000 calories plus extra unnecessary salt and the sugars, all that will be there. Whereas here all nutrition density is there, calories less. Whereas here left side, calories density is there, nutrition is less. So protein also required to have every day and every meal. And if otherwise it will be like skewed, you know skewed means it's not correct, it's not balanced. So that is the reason why you require protein powder, everything added. And you can also go for a protein bites along with our nutrition shakes, like a healthy snack. Skin booster also very good, collagen based. Collagen is very, it's like a part of the protein only. Okay, supports elasticity and lot of health benefits are there. Instead of tea, coffees, you can go for energy drink. This is not a tea coffee, but little caffeine is there. Afresh you can have instead of tea coffee because it saves a lot of calories, also sugar and fat and other things, right? The same afresh, instead of that, you can go for this. Money saved and also health is saved. And healthy fats are very good. Actually, many keto diet actually try to say that it's very good for diabetic people. So in a sense, it don't provoke the insulin. Correct, but keto is keto. So we cannot eat forever. Balanced diet is the main key. We should not go for extreme. Either high protein diet, high fat diet, not good, dangerous actually. So always balance is the key. So instead you can go for a regular everyday meal substitute like omega-3 fats, try to add as much you can. Well, let's cut down omega-6. So where is that omega-3? In terms of capsule, we have this with the brand name Herbalife line consisting of EP and DHA. Icanopentanoic acid, docosahexaenic, very high quality. I said about, remember, fiber is very friendly for diabetic, very friendly for everyone. So fiber actually don't see that, spikes, sugar spikes will not come. So this fiber is available in powder form, in active fiber complex, also in tablet form, active fiber. So right supplements matter. They actually try to fill up the gaps in your nutritional plan design. So understand about macro and micronutrients and phytonutrients. Vitamins means vital amine, vitality, and amine means life. So if these are not there, something is missing in your life. You can feel tired and all these problems will be there. Whereas our multivitamin consists 23 essential vitamins and minerals, 23. And cell activator is containing alpha lipoic acid, very powerful antioxidant, helps in absorption of the food and vitality, energy, and antioxidants. And we also have excellent probiotic in the name of Simply Probiotic. Daily can have a share. One sachet is good for the gut. And in olden days, people used to eat 3 meals, one big meal, because they go to fields to work. So morning they go and they don't know when they come, so they eat big meals 3 times. For them, insulin attack is not a problem because of all the whole day they work. Sugar is not a problem because the kind of work they do, that's not a problem. Whereas for us, the 3 meals, 3 big meals is not good. So scientists are saying go for because of insulin reaction and actually feel hungry and all that. Instead, go for a 5 to 6 small meals every 3 hours gap. So we'll give you all that program, how to design, what to give you given as per your nature of vegetarian, non-vegetarian. Accordingly, try to design and help you, and also look at your calories and metabolism, BMR, and other things. And we also teach healthy recipes. We educate on lifestyle habits, and we create a healthy community either online or offline. And healthy eating guidelines also we teach you, like eating faster or slower, small plate or bigger plate, healthy dining out tips when you go out, how to eat it. Likewise, what kind of lifestyle supposed to be active, and how many walking steps supposed to be, how to read the labels, how to do wise shopping. So you save money at the same time, save health also. And healthy snacking when you feel hungry, entire family what to snack, healthy, low in calories, proteins and vitamins based, and how to understand these calories. And if you see this blue t-shirt, it was me. So I was doing that healthy workouts there, group workouts. Green t-shirt was me. So you can see what we are doing, trying to help different kind of people. So there are 300 plus staff scientists, 50 plus PhDs we have, and 77, almost 80 million canisters every year. It will be sold. That means a very popular brand. And Herbalife Nutrition Shake Mix is actually thoroughly tested, 380 tests. Then only it goes to the mouth, seed to feed, and multivitamin undergoes 470 tests. Herbal tea concert goes 120 tests. So we are the number one brand in the entire world in terms of weight management. Number one brand in the whole world in weight management. Number one brand in the whole world in meal replacement. Instead of meal, go for this meal and protein supplements combined. And our all sports range products are award-winning products, excellent products. And if you are looking for a personalized plan for you on diet and fitness and lifestyle, we are there to help you. So you already have a coach, please follow them. If you don't have any coach, we are there to help you. I already explained introduced about myself, 19 years of experience, MSc and all certifications and all that. So you can also reach out to me through Instagram and Facebook through Coach Gnanaraju and YouTube Gnanaraju channels. And simple ordinary life I was leading before. I don't know all these things. I was also having tummy in at the age of 26, 27 years. As a district registrar, I worked as a Khammam, Nalgonda and Vijayawada. Morning I go and come back by night. Busy schedule. I actually came for my wife. She was so fat. So now at the age of 21, 22, so much she put on weight, struggling to lose her weight. In spite of obesity, nothing happened. After coming over here, she started gaining excellent results, awesome results. Now she cannot believe she is 44 years and I am 52 years. We both lost amazing weight. Then that's how we started inspiring people. People started looking us as a models and they started, taking us. That's how we became like a coach. For the last 19 years, we helped a lot of people because we changed totally our lifestyle and we practice before we preach. We can look at our plates, we can look at our workouts. I do full marathon running, 42 kilometers running. My wife also does 5 kilometers running. My children do off marathon 21.1 and a full 10 kilometers marathon. And my children grown taller. We give nutrition from ever since they are smaller. And my wife, my wife and me, we became slimmer. You can see the transformation. Whole family is into nutrition, fitness, and healthy lifestyle. So my wife got this award called Woman for Golden Telangana. She's serving a lot of people. We got from Herbalife company Lifetime Achievement Award also. And this is what we practice and we preach and we inspire people. And we are like national level trainers. It's not because of our greatness. God has blessed us with wonderful trainers like Jim Rohn. And we are so blessed to have brand ambassadors like Mary Kom and Virat Kohli, top class people. And we also blessed to have Cristiano Ronaldo as our brand ambassador. He loves Herbalife shakes. And we have our own dietetic advisory board, concept top class, registered dietitians. Dr. Louis Ginner, Nobel Prize winner. We got trained from these kind of great people. Dr. Susan Bowerman, so you can see the topmost, class. I got trained from Dr. Susan Bowerman and Dr. Dana Ryan, she's a sports nutritionist, Dr. Candy Bradley, and Samantha Clayton, she's a top class Olympic athlete, former athlete, and she's a trainer for us in fitness. Dr. Susan Bowerman and Dr. Vasilos Frankos is a ex-head of US FDA, Food and Drug Administration. So Dr. David Heber is sought after scientist come professor. You can look at his PhD awards and degrees. And I met them, I got trained from these kind of wonderful people. Dr. Louis Gratton, Harvard doctor. Dr. John Agnubi is currently CEO, previously worked as a health secretary at White House. And we are so fortunate to get training from our board of director, Dr. Richard Henry Kanmona. Previously, he was the 17th Surgeon General of America. Now, God blessed us with so much of wonderful wisdom, so many good, great people. So to reach out, these are the Insta, Facebook, website, and YouTube, and email and phone numbers are given. You can contact us. And our goal is to make the world healthier and happier. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. And if you like this video, please like this video, subscribe to our channel, share this video to many people so that they also get benefited. And thank you so much for your patience. Wish you all the best. God bless you. Thank you so much. Tata, see you. Bye-bye.